Welcome back to the Midnight Coffee Shop Podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Midnight Coffee Shop Podcast. My name is AJ, aka a challenger level player stuck in a silver ELO lobby. There's not a lot of announcements. I mean, I went over most of them at the start of the month. So, anything new I have? Oh, I do have a couple of new ones with Riot releasing their 13.10 patch either, what was it, at the end of this month or at the start of next? Something like that, right, Devontae?
Sorry, what?
Riot releasing the 13.10 at the end of this month at the start of next.
I imagine it'd be towards the end of this month, yes.
Something like that. And then also the new Riot Forge game coming out with Convergence coming out at the end of this month. Following a side scroller, I believe, of Echo going through Zaun. Ooh. I don't want to spoil the main antagonist, even though it's kind of already spoiled online from marketing.
Oh, aren't they making a fighting game too?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's still ways out from what I know.
Yeah, Project.
I just remember seeing some Project.
They have. I'm not a fighter, but
I'm not a fighter.
Me neither.
I'm not a big fighting game person. I like my Mortal Kombat. I like Injustice.
Yeah, I like my Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, but I'd be playing the shit out of a fighting game.
Especially if they had some like cool combos for my favorite characters, and I was stomping kids online with, dude. Come on, bro.
I think when they first released, they had like I can't remember, but I know there was Echo. There's Darius,
Alawi, Darius,
Alawi. They added Alawi,
James Vi,
Morgana too, right?
I don't know about Morgana. I think they're doing Lux.
Something like that, yeah.
They're doing a lot of marketable champs, but also a lot of champs that fit. Mm-hmm. Which is, I'm going to be honest, it's really nice. Mm-hmm. I like it.
I'm waiting for that set.
All new information I have, though. As for old information, just to reiterate it, MSI is happening right now. This should come out May 10th. I believe this episode will release. It would have started last week in that case. And May 10th will be the second week of MSI. I'm not too sure what the stage is looking like at the current moment. I haven't had a lot of time to watch the games myself, unfortunately. I will be able to catch tomorrow's games, which is really nice. But that's about all the new information. But once again, to reiterate, May 12th, Tears of the Kingdom will release. May 16th, Amnesia Bunker will release. And May 18th, Endless Dungeon. And May 19th, Lego 2K Drive.
Still any information on Lego?
No, I have no idea what it is.
It's going to be like a basketball game? Because I don't think it's like 2K.
That's what I'm feeling like. It's a fucking Lego basketball game, but who knows? I couldn't tell you.
Just nothing still?
Well, I mean, there's information online about it, of course, but I haven't taken the personal time to look it up. I've been playing Stardew Valley like a madman. I started one save with a couple of mods in, and I'm on year 2, and then I installed like 16 more mods, and I restarted.
So. I think they're a bit, this might be interesting, I think they're a bit late on it, but it's a driving game, which I don't know if you guys remember.
Lego racing game?
Yeah. You guys remember back in the day when there was like racing games became the craze, where you had like Crash Bandicoot,
Mario Kart, Forza.
They even made one for
Gran Turismo.
Yeah, it was one for Little Big Planet, and then you had like PlayStation. I'm guessing that's what's going on here. It's like they're coming out with their own racing game.
Probably something like that. I mean, it's Lego, so people are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
I if I'm honest, I probably won't spend any money on it unless like a bunch of my friends did. Just because I'm not a big racing games kind of person.
Why not just play Super Smash Bros. For real?
Oh, God, brother. I'd rather play Lego Super Smash Bros., you know? Imagine knocking someone off the stage instead of...
And then rebuilding them.
Instead of hearing that explosion, you just hear the fucking rebuild sound.
Oh, yeah, from Star Wars, where it's like... Oh my god.
Man, I play the shit out of the Smash Bros.
They jump up and do a 360 when they revive. Stiff as fuck.
oh, look at him.
There's no voice lines.
The brains are insane.
There's no voice lines, just...
No, wait, you have the emo stuff. Praising the claw.
Ooh, the only voice line you get is, hey! Oh. He knocks someone on stage and it's just, hey!
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man, I hope the racing game's like that, actually.
That's going to be a hell of a...
There's no voice lines, just when you bump into someone, you just hear, hey!
You got to break. If your car breaks, it gets destroyed, you have to build it back up.
I hope that's a mechanic. I gotta look into that now.
God, no.
I'll return next episode to report on that. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for announcements. If we want to talk about the 13.10 patch for a minute, we can. But other than that, I got nothing.
I'm playing Jin, baby. Jin, baby.
ADCs are back.
I'm about to grind some ADCs.
But Static Shiv, full AP Teemo.
I don't play jungle.
Static Shiv, full AP Teemo.
All I'm saying is thank God they removed the dash on Prowler's Claw because I was tired of being half a screen away and just having a Renekton dash on me. Sure, he'll lose the fucking trade because I'm a Gragas, but still, it's annoying as fuck. I didn't want to trade at this moment.
But hear me out here, alright? That means we have to play a game where I get to play Teemo with Prowler's Call.
Okay. You know what that means?
Huh.
We have to play a game where I play Lethality Galio.
You can't keep holding that over my head.
I will always.
Lethality Galio.
Hey.
Just because he doesn't grind.
Yeah. And the ground pound scales 100% off of your AD. It's impeccable logic.
Just because it's possible doesn't mean you should do it.
Uh-huh. I defy those.
People thought Poppy AD was insane. It is insane. It will fuck you up.
I don't think it's too strong, though.
It's not super strong, but in solo, if she gets her full combo.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She gets her full combo and you solo, it hurts.
All right, Duskblade Poppy. Have you guys ever played it?
Yeah, I've seen people play it.
I've played against it, and I wanted to kill myself.
But you will never know the good old days of old Poppy. When her ult was where she'd go vulnerable.
You're right. I came in just after that rework, and I was so happy. I watched the old videos on it, and
she was insane, bro. She was impossible to kill, and she could hawk your ass down with her.
Hold on, though. Now, wait. What's the topic for today, then?
Topic for today. If you don't remember last week, go watch the video. Give us another view. Anyways. If you don't remember,
we're getting more than 5. We got more than 1. 5 people clicked on it, or maybe that was just me 5 times.
It was me 3 times, I think.
Oh shit! That was me 2 times.
We're boosting our numbers.
Got boosted. Actually, I think last time I checked, we had 6.
Oh,
hell yeah!
Yeah.
We had 2 views on the recent video that got posted, which was dope. Because I hadn't even had a chance to go and watch it because work.
Hey, progress. Now we just need to reach 10.
Yeah.
We're doing all right.
Probably some random guy jacking on.
Actually, this is a good little segue. Not the random guy jacking off. We're talking about the views. If you like the content, subscribe. Leave a comment. Leave a like. We like seeing that.
Preferably not while jacking off, though.
If you want to, do it while jacking off. We don't know. We don't tell us.
When are you gonna start selling your feet pics, huh?
You don't know how we're recording this right now.
We are all naked. Alright, we gotta calm down, Mom.
So that's where the 16 came from.
Actually, yes.
Oh, I was wondering who the 3rd subscriber was. I'm like, I can't figure out who this is.
What do you mean the 3rd? Like 2 of them are me.
Oh, for real? Oh, Jesus. The plot thickens.
Anyways, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. We'll appreciate it. But the topic for today is auto chess, but not many of us have played too many auto chess games. I've played a small handful of them, but we've all played Teamfight Tactics, which is probably the biggest or one of the biggest auto chess games out right now.
How to make games that are always an instant hit. How do they keep doing it?
It's legal.
They
It's all
literally
legal.
just analyze. Yeah, it's all the money, and they just analyze everyone's games that have already been made, and they're like, okay, this is where they kind of meet. You know,
This is where the trend's heading.
Yeah.
But let's catch it.
All right,
But
let's
that's the
put
perfect-
our universe in there.
Yeah, it's like the perfect way of basically, it's like the perfect use of the saying, a wise man learns from his mistakes, a wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. Because they designed the games in such a way
And
that,
that sole purpose.
to basically be a thing that stands out.
I'll say what they
versus
start
CS:GO.
with. What
Yeah.
they start with is they start with an idea that was starting to flop, I'd say.
Mhm.
It reached its peak and was just cresting over that edge.
Yeah.
And they pick it up, and then they start putting their own spin onto it.
Mhm.
So, like with TFT, they picked it up, and rather than just like, oh, hey, here's a new set with new champs and new abilities, blah, blah, blah. They started doing this like, oh, here's Rise of the Elements, where you get specific elemental tiles that will give you different buffs. Oh, here's Galaxies, where you go into different like game modes essentially,
And then
they keep building on that.
and then what do they do too? Like they hit the limit of this pretty much of like, all right, like with dragons, So they had the dragons, right?
No,
Like,
they had one before Dragons that introduced all.
That one wasn't it to a minimal amount though? Or
It was a small amount of augments, but it was like the thing that introduced augments, and then people were like, "Hey,
we want those back."
this is the
Right.
best like
So,
change y'all have made."
It's like they know how to basically experiment in a healthy way.
Yes, they
Yeah.
very much do. Fuck though,
I take care of their game.
They really do. Despite what a lot of people will say and claim.
Yeah, just because they hate the fucking game.
Yeah.
Just because they hate the game, or like the change impacts the person, the single fucking person negatively.
Yeah, their play style.
Like it's okay to bitch. I mean, if I'm being honest, like if they nerf my favorite champion, I'd be like,
I'd
fuck,
be
dude,
pretty-
Riot fucking sucks.
I mean,
Why isn't Graves in this?
Why doesn't Graves have a goddamn cigar?
yeah.
But he's got a candy. Graves can have a candy cane, but Graves can't have a cigar. Anyways, I miss set one TFT.
Set one TFT?
I want them to do a legacy set.
Yeah, why isn't there a Graves gunslinger?
Where's my gunslinger blade master pirate combo?
I do not want to have another Cassidon.
Well, you don't want Rageblade Cassidon anymore?
He had an infinite.
Let me ask you what was worse, Rageblade Cassidon or fucking Rageblade Gunblade Static Shiv Zaya from set 3?
But she only came. She's a level 4 class.
What was her-
She was a level 2 from set 3, the Galaxy set, where she was a Celestial. Because you just get Rakan, Shinzao, and Zaya, and then from then on, you could just build the rest of the Celestials and win the game.
Yeah, that's right. Was Aurelion Soul Celestial?
I don't remember. It was
he in
the
that
set
set?
was so long ago.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't. He was Mecha. He was in that.
Oh,
Because he acted like the Singed unit. And
Yeah.
he acts like Nunu does now.
Yeah.
You remember like
I remember this.
what was it?
That's
Like
like
in
shoot the missiles.
StarCraft, like in StarCraft where you had the ship,
Valkyrie.
the ship
Yeah.
thing going
I
around.
know what you mean.
That's right.
This is a long time
So
ago.
what was worse? Or would you have rather played against Rageblade Caston or Rageblade Vayne?
I would take
Who had the noble buff?
I would take the Rageblade Vayne. Nah, Rageblade Vayne. No Cassidon. Yeah.
I don't know. Any CC on casting, you stomp him.
Yeah, but how are you going to cast a CC?
Yeah, you're getting sucked dry, my guy.
In the 1v1 Caston won.
Yeah, that's because he had the
He would always
infinitely tapping, what was it, infinitely scaling.
Yeah, you just get a Rage Blade Shojins on him.
I actually forgot that the original Rageblade was actually infinitely scaled.
Yeah, it was infinite, dude.
It stacked like 6% per attack.
It was just good on anybody.
It gave you,
You just throw a Rage Blade on a champion. It's like,
I'd say it wasn't great on like Garen and shit. Just because of how Garen's ability worked.
No, you wouldn't put it on them, but like any kind of auto attacker, basically.
Yeah, and anyone that did like well with auto attacks, Vayne, Cassidon, Fiora wasn't a bad choice. What was his name?
Yeah,
Draven wasn't a bad choice either.
Oh no, you put it on Drake.
oh, that's right.
Because Draven also had the axes.
Yeah.
That was his
Oh,
ability.
remember
Yeah,
Remember Darius?
Darius was strong.
Darius was insane.
But he was a one.
Yeah, he was one cost and he healed when he queued. Yeah, dude.
Him and Garen were strong as fuck for one cost.
Oh yeah,
that was when they really like experimented with, hey, how strong are we gonna make units?
Yeah. Like a 3-star one cost was 100% worth to sink your items into.
Yeah.
Like now a 3-star one cost, it's okay. Like you got augments on it.
Hero augment, you put some items.
Yeah, right. You're gonna 3-star, put some item on it, kit it out, or if you're using it for some combo or something, like you're gonna kit it out, or you have all the traits on it, or something like that. You got to combo it. But dude, early game, you just had a 3-star anything. It was strong, especially
you didn't even need to put the fucking trait in either. You could have a full Imperial and just be like, yeah, here's a
Imperial. Oh wait,
here's a Lucian.
Katarina jumping around.
What was she? She was an assassin something, wasn't she? In that set?
Assassin Imperial.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
She would dash around. It was her E. She would dash around, cleave around everyone. If you killed someone, you got to reset. So you just
hit her out with mana and she just
crit. Mana and crit.
Yeah.
Was that set? I thought that was set 2.
I think it.
No, I mean she wasn't in the first.
No, it was the first set.
I don't know if she was in the first.
I think she was in the first set.
She was in the first set. I know that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Because it was Darius.
We can look up some videos on this.
No, I know who it was. It was Darius, Draven, Cat, and Swain.
Yeah.
Because Darius was the 1 cost, Draven was a 2 cost, Cat was either 3 or 4, and Swain was a 5. I remember in the mid-set update for that, they added Pantheon and Twisted Fate. Those are the only 2 champs they did for the mid-set update for the first set. And then with set 2 release,
Was that Lilac? Or Lilac? The Galaxy one.
No.
I would say, oh wait, no, you hated Lilac Galaxy. Okay.
I hated
when you got the
Galaxies in general, to be honest. Like the best part of Galaxies, I made a meme about it earlier about Celestials. That was my favorite part of Galaxies. I loved building Celestials, and then at one point they just gutted the shit out of that. Rightfully so. It was overpowered as hell because it healed off everything, and then they changed it to just heal off.
That's right. That's Zen's out. You get 3-star Zen.
No, that was after they nerfed it.
Oh.
Because original Galaxies, you 3-star the Zaya, and like I said, you put a Static Shiv, Rage Blade, and a Gunblade on it. Because, Celestial would heal, and then Gunblade would heal, and they would both heal off anything. So you could just be proccing Static Shiv and Celestial and Gunblade constantly and just heal your whole team. And then they nerfed Celestial and Gunblade to where Gunblade only heals off of abilities, I believe.
Self-ability?
Yeah, rather than healing off like items as well.
Yeah.
Which just nerfed the shit out of it all.
I just remember, I can't remember the set when Aurelia was in, but it was the same thing where if she killed someone, she'd start dashing around.
That was Galaxies.
That was fun.
Because you had the ability to start with Aurelia, and if anyone started with Aurelia, they built Project. Because Project was the items. And then if you got Aurelia on the Lilac Galaxy, you would go Project. Like if you got Aurelia or Fizz, you won the game. Because you would either go Project or you would go, what was it, Super Mech or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Rumble, Fizz, Annie.
Yep, I remember that.
He had the fish. Oh, where you throw the fish out?
Throw the shark, yeah.
Yeah, it was like
you get the Garen.
I think it was level 4.
He was a 4 cost. Rumble was a 3 cost.
He'd get their items too.
Cost.
He'd get their items too, so you'd all kit them out with 1 item, right?
You kit them out with 1 item, or you kit one person out with 3.
Yeah.
Which was typically Fizz if you got Fizz from the Lilac Galaxy. And I just fucking hated that set. It was never any fun. And then I want to say set 4 was like Battle Academia. And that was when they first started No, what set
was Elementals?
Elementals was 2.
Okay, Elementals was 2. Okay.
That was when they started experimenting with like, hey, here's like new things that get added.
Yeah, what was the one with Toxic and what, and the one where they introduced the Execute?
I think
what set was that?
That was set 2. Because it had berserkers in it, and
Yeah,
if you got early Mundo with an Earth Hex, you could just put Mundo with Earth Hex.
Yeah, Mundo, and you had what the other hit Skarner?
Olaf. Which one was Olaf? You remember Olaf?
Olaf was a berserker.
Yeah,
he always went. What was he always went? What was it? Tip of my tongue. Rageblade. You always put Rageblade on.
Rageblade and Rapid Fire.
Yeah.
So you get the extra hex of attack range.
What did they?
So he wouldn't actually go up to them anymore. I'm so fucking strong.
Yeah,
That was the only. It was either you played that or you played Predator.
yeah, Rek'Sai, Skarner.
Oh
Rek'Sai.
yeah, Predator was the execute.
Was it
Yeah.
Skarner?
There was Warwick.
Rek'Sai, Warwick, Cog. I think it was Skarner.
It was Skarner.
No, they had 4 of them. Because they gave you that extra option of like, oh, you couldn't get this champion, you can get that champion. But I don't remember if it was Skarner or not. I'm pretty sure it was.
Skarner was Celestial. No, that was pretty different.
That was for Galaxies.
Yeah. So I'm saying I think he was, or I can't remember.
It was so long ago.
Yeah.
I remember Woodland being a trait in that set, where if you got full Woodland, it would like duplicate like 2 champions on your team.
Yeah, they come out of the bushes.
So you also get like Ivern.
The bushes.
Ivern, Nico. Oh, that was when what's her name's trait changed every game? Kiana's trait. She would change the hexes.
That's right.
So if you got an early Kiana, you know what like special hex it was going to be. She was strong that set too.
Yeah, that is when they played a little bit with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What set are we on? Set 8.
I can't remember.
I think it's something like that. So I'm missing like 3 sets.
That's like set like 9.
There was the dragon one. There was the.
I remember the last 3. That we have this one, which is Monsters Attack or whatever it's called. And we start out with threats. We don't have threats anymore.
Yeah. We still have threats.
Oh, we do still have threats.
Yeah,
I forgot we had threats.
Yeah, Aatrox, Morgana.
Yeah, I forgot. I don't know why I forgot we had threats.
It was.
Yeah.
There was this. It
Me and
was.
Devontae played last night.
Yeah, it was threats. Then you have this one. Then you had wasn't threats. It was.
Last one was dragons.
Dragon, Skippy saved my life.
Either playing Jade, Skippy, or
Guild. Guild was good. Bard
that
was
was
good.
Skippy. That was Skippy.
Yeah,
Guild was Skippy.
Bard would buff your hits, your buck.
You played Jade.
Your rarity.
You played Jade, Guild, or Lagoon.
He'd increase your
Lagoon. Fuck Lagoon. I hated Lagoon.
Oh my god.
It was just too easy to stack. It was dumb. It was like you get mana and you get
And then especially
benefits from casting spells.
it's like you got the disgusting ass dragon one.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh yeah, you execute.
Yeah. Oh,
That shit was stupid.
What is it?
The way his cast worked. He'd
Yeah, what was
mark
it
everyone
called?
and all, hit him once.
We remembered the name of it. We were like, this is dog. This is horrible.
All I'm saying is like I think I stopped
Maybe
playing
that's
TFT for like.
Oh yeah, there's that one augment that made your dragon. Yeah, your dragon.
If you only have one dragon on the board, it would execute.
Yeah, it had execute. It was just insane on like most of the dragons.
It was insane on the Lagoon one, especially.
Yeah, it made the tank dragons just not good at all. Like Shimmer Scale was fun then. Shimmer Scale
Shimmer Scale was always fun.
Yeah,
I forgot about
Shimmer Scale was fucking fun. Sometimes
especially if you got 9 Shimmer
dude,
Scale.
if you hit that Shimmer Scale peak, if you hit the good gold ones, the
good gold ones, and then if you hit the 9 Shimmer Scale, that shit was
you get the diamond
hands, you
yeah.
get the attack speed one, where it was you gain 1% attack speed for every gold you got.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
18 gold.
Yes, sir.
Put that on like fucking volley or some shit. Disgusting.
So what is it? We have underground in this one. We had in that one we had
Lagoon and Shimmer Scale.
No, I'm talking about it was the dragon that had the wave. It was
Lagoon.
No, the dragon that had where you basically jumps up like this. He looks like Galileo and he shoots it like that.
What was
Mirage? There you go. So Mirage was the random one.
Mirage, it changed everything.
And then
they had the one that sucked. They had the one that absolutely electrocute one.
Oh yeah, no, I thought it was the Admiral's chest one. I thought was one that sucked the most.
The what?
The Admiral, like the chest where you got the gold.
The gold was the only one I'd be looking for.
Oh, okay.
And the attack. Didn't they have attack speed?
They had an attack speed.
Yeah, it was attack speed and the gold were common. But no one ever went the electrocute.
If it was electrocharged, like people would, like I would watch TFT streams so much during that because I hated that fucking augment and never wanted to play.
Mm-hmm.
But I would watch and like every time someone was like, "Is this a Mirage game?" They'd hover over that fucking symbol at the bottom to show the Mirage trait, and it'd be like electrocharge. Nope, this isn't a Mirage game.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one was you deal 8% whenever you're attacked, whenever you attack.
Whenever you're critted.
Oh, okay, that makes it worse.
Crits only.
That makes it okay.
Dumb, dude. Absolute dumb. And like all the Mirage champions are like attack speed based champions. Like
the only one that wasn't was Leona.
Yeah, you're
one star.
Yeah. Wow.
You're literal 1-star placeholder.
They just put some shit on the third one, dude. They just shit on.
Yeah, they were just like, this will work.
The one before that though was Pirate, wasn't it? You guys remember Pirate?
No, because the one before Dragons was like Battle Academia.
Where did the Pirate one?
Pirates was first set. First set was Pirates. First set was Pirates. Third set was Space Pirates.
We need some fact check.
There was another version of Guild, because it was the Warring Kingdom set, where you would have Chosen.
That's what it is. Okay,
where you would have Chosen.
Put them in there. You put them on the thing.
Oh yeah, they're like highlighted, and you buy one, and you can't get them anymore. But if you sell them, you can get some of the higher cost ones.
Forgot all about that.
And they like double up on your trade.
That was when you had Arclight. You had Arclight and I think Coven.
You had Coven. I think you had Arclight.
You had Arclight with Brand, I'm positive. Or maybe whoops. I might be wrong, but you had Arclight Brand? Or Brand was in that one. Or in one.
Dude, it's been so much. But yeah, I remember that now, the Warring Kingdom set where you had all the Chosens. I remember watching Mortdog streams. You don't know who Mortdog is. Basically the creator of TFT, or he's cited as one of the creators.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was head of development for a long time for TFT. I'm not sure if he is now.
I've watched some of his streams.
When the Chosen set was in, he made it a goal of his to get Chosen with every unit and win the game.
Mm.
I said that completely like wrong and fucked up.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah, he made it a goal to win a game with every Chosen unit. You looking at the sets?
There's not really a uniform set like with all of them.
Oh, okay, I remember these now. So you had Gizmos and Gadgets, which is where they first introduced the augments.
Yeah, that was the one before Dragons.
And then you have Galaxies, and then you have the Rise of the Elements. Or these are not in chronological order. Fates, if you guys remember that was when you had the entire thing about Yone being teased, Yone coming out.
Wasn't Fates the Chosen one?
I don't know, but I know that's when Yone first came out, and when you had the whole entire Tale of Two Brothers.
Yeah.
Then there's Reckoning.
Wasn't there another space set?
There was 2 space sets.
There was one. There was
Celestial being in one.
I just remember Aurelian Soul being
one of them. The dragon. There's Celestial and the Dragons, and then I think they redid Dragons.
Odyssey? Wasn't Odyssey a trait in the set?
Oh
Rebels.
yeah, Odyssey was.
Odyssey
was Rebels.
Yeah, that's
Rebels. They used the Odyssey skin line.
Was that?
Oh, I forgot about this one. Do you guys remember Abomination? That was where you also had Brand.
Oh yeah.
Where you had the Scion, I think, coming out. If all 3 people died, the Scion came, charged everyone.
And he had items.
Yeah.
And he could demolish.
Oh. You also
had to go take the items from the
dead people. Yeah. You had being in that one. That's right. So Draconic was one of them where you generate an egg, and this was in 2021. This was 2 years ago. Dragon Slayer. You had.
We did bonus against dragons.
Yeah. Hellion. You guys remember Hellion?
Yeah.
We had the copies.
Oh yeah.
Copies would come out. Nightbringer. Ooh. Oh, this is the one that we had Redeemed, which is where you also had the
Reckoning. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the Reckoning set.
Yeah,
I used to get the cursed items and the redeemed items.
That's right. Holy
Because
shit.
it was the Viego release.
Oh.
It was Viego and Gwen and Vex and Akshan.
Oh man.
And it was that's right. They had
Akshan's been out for about 2 years now.
Damn, I barely remember that set. But I
remember a big thing about the set was Timo in that set. Because he was a 5 cost. He was a 5 cost.
Oh yeah, you throw out he was a Hellion
Timo
too.
the buy.
Yeah.
And you throw him out. And if you threw him out and he was the only unit left alive on the board, and they only had 1 unit left alive, he would insta-win. Kill that unit in an instant. Because I remember someone getting cheesed by it, because they put out Akshan. They put out like a level 3 Akshan. Some dude sold his whole board for it, and a dude just put out a level 1 Timo. Killed it. And there was also Mirage Yasuo.
Yeah, you had a Caretaker too with it was the 5 cost Heimerdinger where he throws it out and he spawns a turret. And the turret will sit there and breathe on everything.
What set was
Cruel. Timo with the Cruel.
Was where you get that's right, that's Dragon set. My bad. I was thinking of Dragonflight, where you copy the item and you give it you sacrifice a minion with an item and you give that item to
that was Darkflight.
Darkflight.
That's right.
With
Swain Dragon. That's right. That's one I'm thinking.
Then there was Dragon Slayer Swain, where you'd hype him up. It was like back when you had Rage. No, it wasn't.
It's back when it's
before he became a dragon.
Before he was Dark Dragon, he was
a 3 cost, and you would do Rage, and you put him with pump him with attack speed.
He wasn't a Dragon Slayer though.
It was Rage Wing.
Rage Wing,
that's what it was. That's when you also
like him and Zaya were the carriers for Rage Wing.
Yeah.
He was the AP carry if you went AP Rage Wing, and she was the AD if you went AD.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another carry, I don't remember.
Ooh, that takes me back. Time flies.
The first set released in 2019.
Yeah.
It's been 4 years. And this set's ending in less than 100 days, I think?
Probably, yeah. Because it's basically 2 sets a year.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Because they said they're coming out with set 9 sometime in the summer, I think.
Woo! I'll be looking for it.
Same.
I'll be playing channel.
I'm so curious as to what. Oh, they already said something about what we're looking to make the set about. I don't remember. Winter 2022 is TFT's next set, saving the world. 23, a new event, hop into a new city. New mid set, which was just the void shit. Our next set, better brush up on your history because it's all about the War of Runeterra, apparently. Which is dope. That's some dope ass shit.
Dope ass.
I'm so hyped for that set. I remember seeing it and just being like, "What?
A war TFT,
dude? Are we gonna get Noxus Alistar type of shit? Are we gonna get fucking 10 different fiddles? Are we gonna get to see the Joy Demon?
It's gonna be pretty peculiar.
They're probably planning on release.
Plus, assuming Neferi is out by then.
That's the
next champion.
Wasn't it a monster champion too?
Yeah. Apparently, from what devs have been teasing with their own little roadmaps that they've been posting on YouTube, super dope as fuck. If you are in the league at all, absolutely check that out. Thank you, Riot. Apparently she's like a pack of dogs.
A new monster champ I think they have going on.
Isn't
it also a Darken with a dagger this time?
Oh,
yeah.
Darken.
It's new Darken. Their weapon is a dagger. And apparently they're a pack of dogs. Is the idea.
It's gonna be crazy, dude. It's gonna look cool. I'm
Because the original idea they had for it was like, oh yeah, she's gonna be an assassin. But as they were designing her, they were like, oh, she plays more like a skirmisher. We don't really want her to make her more like a skirmisher. So we're gonna put that on our new champion. And then that's the champion coming after her, which is called Briar, I believe. It's made by the good Lord Riot August.
I wonder how deep their characters.
Hey, does he have a 26 hit passive?
Dude, I wonder how.
Which would you rather have, Certainly T champion or Riot August champion?
Oh yeah, I mean you got me beat there, yeah. Like, so you know who Riot August is? Basically,
he made Jin, Vi, Jinx.
He makes all the good, unique champions that have been like staples.
He assisted in them, but also with Kaisa. So if you know, Kaisa has a 5-hit passive.
Didn't he assist in just about every champion with the multi-hit passive?
Exactly.
Like Gnar, Vayne.
Pretty much, if they have that, if you see anyone with like a heavy hit passive, like a passive like that, with an on hit like that,
right?
Chances are he had some hand in it. So like one of the jokes was when Kaisa was coming out, it was like when Kaisa first came out, he was like, all right, I'm going back to look at what champion design. Next one, 26 hit pass.
He's actually a really good, like, fucking funny ass dude. Mm-hmm. I follow him on fucking Twitter and he's always posting shit. I don't know if you guys have seen the memes like on Reddit, probably on Insta too. But the like Nautilus memes where it's like, it's some jokey ass shit where it's like, oh yeah, I made a new update for Annie. And it's just got Annie walking down mid lane, drops her ult, and it just turns into Nautilus and hooks.
Oh wait, I have seen that.
Just shit like that.
Yeah, like
it's like
updated Joshua.
Yeah, throws out a wind ball, but the wind ball is just Nautilus throwing his hook. That's all Riot August. Oh man, that's all the shit he does. He did one that was like, oh, we updated tower damage. And the tower shoots them, and when they die, they just turn into Nautilus and just fall to the ground. Like, it's all kinds of shit. He's funny as fuck. He's one of my favorite league devs to follow on Twitter.
I'd be interested to see how, is it like the dog? Or is it by pressing an ability you spawn like a different dog, or you spawn...
For Neferi?
Yeah.
No, nothing besides like...
It's that dog.
Well, I want to clarify, it's not known yet, I don't think.
Okay.
It's just the way they've been talking about it that just about everybody that mostly correctly theory crafts about champions has been like, oh, it's looking like it's going to be a pack of dogs.
Yeah. I just know that's going to be hard to do because I know that Riot has always had like a stance.
I just can't imagine.
That one's not the August champion.
Yeah, Riot has basically made a firm stance against creating like monsters and having like micro designs like that.
But also breaking their stances. And
I mean, that's fair.
They usually do.
Yeah.
Like that's such a weird statement saying they were very
There's going to be a bunch of fucking dogs on our lanes.
It's like,
get your dog out of my lane, please.
Like, you're taxing my XP, dog.
Don't worry, my dog's passive doesn't affect your XP gain.
So they go,
I imagine it's going to be some shit like that.
You gain attack speed.
Dog out that's like, oh, it gives a buff of attack speed over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some crazy support champion, some crazy ass weird.
I mean, it's a jungler.
It's going to be a jungler? Oh, it's going to be crazy. Some crazy.
They've been saying Neferi's a jungler since, like, they first teased
first conception.
Like, way last year. Like, early last year.
Mm-hmm. And we already had a theory that it was going to be a dog since last year, too.
Yeah.
A wolf. Sorry.
Some sort of canine.
Yeah, canine.
Because the way they talked about Neferi was like, just to throw you a bone, so you're not barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah.
Just shit like that.
And then you have the dagger, which...
I guess it would be like if you had early leaks of Ivern and you didn't really know what he did, and you're like, he makes friends with the jungle?
Yeah.
Like, what?
He's a tree?
Best champion. Best fucking champion in the game. Like, I love.
Wait, I know what they
He's a jungler and he makes friends with that. How does that work?
I got a tangent. Remember fucking people hated the Dunk Master skin? how the fuck do you make Dunk Master Ivern?
I know a bunch of people thought it was like a joke. It was one of the things that basically discouraged them from making Star Guardian Urgot because they were like, "Oh, this is a joke skin." We see that most people don't like it or something.
Stupid as fuck. It's one of the best skins.
As fuck.
The only thing that beat it was Elderwood, just because of how insane they bid on that skin.
And if that's a bad skin, then the Darius Dunk is a bad skin. If you're going to tell me the Dunk...
It also discouraged other Dunk members from a lineup. Because they were like, oh, let's try out the Dunk Master skin line with Ivern. Because, like, it fits. It can fit. And they were just like, oh, no one bought the Ivern skin. Guess we won't do, like, I don't know, Alawi. Who's other Dunks? Vi. Just shit like
Dunk
that.
Master.
And it's like...
But I bet what they used to tease Ivern was this champ will be sure to leave an impression on you.
Actually, I think they did. Some shit like that, or some shit like, I'm sure he'll grow on you.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll have to go buy Dunk Master. I have like 2,000 RP. I'll have to go buy Dunk Master.
It's so worth it.
I have to go buy Dunk Master right now. Support it.
But yeah, what was it?
One of his best skins, I swear. Like I said, the only thing that beats it is Elderwood just because of how, like, much they put into that skin. The distorted voice lines on Elderwood, they didn't do anything to Ivern's voice lines besides distort them.
What about Prince Ramus? No, he like has some weird ass line or some dialogue.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Holy shit. Yeah, but Nefiri is going to be a jungler, and then I think they said Briar was also going to be a jungler, which is the one August is working on. Just because, like, that was how the chips fell. They were like, oh, this kid is good for a jungler, but it's not what we want to make for Nefiri.
Yeah.
So Riot August took it and was like,
I got this dog.
yeah, let me put this on this champ.
Yeah. I know.
And then after that, we have a mid laner coming out.
And Skarner got pushed back. He got delayed.
Oh, his update?
My boy.
Yeah.
Why would they do that to my boy? He needs it, dude. Just like Rising's.
Hold on. I will say, like, once again, people are on a shit list for doing the Skarner thing.
What?
I said that's so fucked up.
Yeah.
People are pissed about Skarner being pushed back.
Yeah, reasonably so. Yeah. Reasonable. Oh, what you gonna say, dog? Come on.
They're putting in effort into other champions as well for the minor stuff. For minor ASUs, for minor visual updates.
But Skarner, you see how Skarner is, right? The guy just kind of
Also, they were fucking short-staffed at the start of this year.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Yeah, it is. You know what? It's going to be a personal problem when you're waiting 6 years for that Skarner update because you want them to rush it.
What was that?
The more you beg for it, the less they want to give it to you.
We will have Pirate Club one day.
One day.
And they will put it in a TFT set and he will be a pirate. He's good. Why not?
It fits too well.
It's
How
too
can you do
good.
Count Cledula and not Captain Cled?
Cat and Cled, dude.
Captain Cled and Sergeant Scarl.
Sergeant Scarl.
First mate Scarl.
Scallywag Scarl. Scallywag Scarl.
You know what they need to do? They need to make a skin for Mordekaiser where he's a janitor.
Dude, I'm so by janitor.
Dude, he has so cool, like, earring. Like, dude, you can just do him up. So, and his voice line is already perfect, right?
You know, janitor Mordekaiser, though.
Hold on. Have you guys ever seen? All right. So in hold on, I gotta show you.
He is a push mob.
Yeah, hold on. You guys ever see Heroes of the Storm? You're gonna love this story. All right, so hold on. Heroes of the Storm. You know the order.
More jokes.
We would just, Riot would just.
They made so much more money if they made more jokes.
So, in Heroes of the Storm, we have York, and this is
oh my god, that's
basically
like Heartless Mordekaiser.
Yeah. All right, so what you do is his Q, basically just like Mordekaiser, except it's sweeps. All right. His W is basically a drain. You basically drain someone, you shoot it out, and your E kind of you root you in one place, and you basically teleport to that place. That's all this cool stuff, right? So, what is it? He came out, and then like 2 years later, or so this guy posted on Imager of like, oh, this is a skin from Leoric, and it's Janitor Leoric. He has a trucker hat. Was like one of those basically, what is it, cap hats? And he has one of those yellow mops, and he just walks around, and he goes, like does this, and it makes like you see like the water particles, and that was all design, like just design. And then like 2 to 4 years after that, they finally came out with Janitor New York.
Have you seen Trucker Orm?
Trucker what?
Trucker Orm.
No. Oh, that would be good.
It was a skin made up literally in 5 minutes on the spot by Captain Flowers on an LCS broadcast.
Trucker Orm.
Yeah. He was casting an Orm game, and it was just like, they need to make a Trucker Orm skin where he's got a mesh trucker hat, cut off jeans, number one dad shirt, number one dad white beater, and a plaid cut off sleeves over vest.
When he ults, he spawns.
When he ults, it blows a truck horn, and a semi comes charging at him. His Q is a traffic stone. Yeah, actually, that was it.
Yeah.
And a semi truck comes in. His Q is a traffic cone. In one hand, he holds a stop sign. In the other hand, he holds like a pipe, I think, or some shit. I don't fucking remember. And then his W, instead of going, his W has it's a legendary skin. His W has a 50-50 chance of coming out the wrong way. It doesn't cause him like gameplay loss. And the visual clarity is still there for it. But he has a 50-50% chance of when he uses W to either blow it out the front and burp, or blow it out the back and bark.
Oh man.
And then, like, of course, they made a modded skin for it. Just like the, what was it, the Michael Jackson.
TF, I was just about to say that.
No, it's not TF.
It's not TF? Talent. Because he
already
has
it.
Yeah.
Hip thruster.
And then there's, the Devil May Cry.
Samira.
Is this Samira? There's another one for Akshan. It wasn't Spider-Man.
Huh. What would Akshan be?
I don't remember. Huh. It might have been Snake.
That'd be weird.
For the stealth.
He does.
Oh, wait, he puts a box on him? Is that what?
I think. I don't remember. I've seen them all from fucking Drewtooth's stream.
That would be pretty funny, though. Throws the box on. Comes out self. He throws the box off. Oh.
Drewtooth's a funny ass fucking streamer. Him and, what was it? Sloppy Walrus, something like that. Bomba.
Is that a sex?
They should.
Bomba.
They should have more community-funded skins. Like, they put out an event and they're like, hey, give us your best skin idea, and if we like it and the whole community likes it a lot, we'll make it.
The closest thing they did to that was a lot of the skins team did like a stream, and they were like, hey, submit your ideas and we'll do a quick splash art for it. And then that's where you have like the famous KDA Gragas splash art. You know, the one where he's like dressed all up in the sequins and he's pouring alcohol all over him.
I was going to say, do you know Warframe? Well, I mean, you go from Warframe. But one of the things that Warframe does is you have, it's on Steam and you have Steam Marketplace. But you have people who can do like, with the workshop, basically they can develop, they use resources and they develop these things, like these basically skins. You can add like, what do you call them? Like, things that you put, when you put them on people, like cosmetics. There you go. Whew, wow. Scramble right there. Cosmetics. Anyways, they can design cosmetics and you can basically sell them in the actual official store of Warframe, and those people can get the proceeds, like a portion of that money back. It's like they can get.
That's how Dota works too. You can also sell your skins in Dota, like on Steam Marketplace. That was like always the biggest argument with like Dota versus League. It's like, okay, well, you can sell your skins, like you can sell it back to the community for a discount rate, right? You don't play a skin anymore. You don't sell it to someone else who actually wants a skin.
Yeah.
They're willing to pay you like half price of what it would cost you.
And the only thing is, for me personally, that don't mean jack shit. I'm a collector. I like collecting.
Yeah, me too.
I go and I look at my skin list and I'm like,
I have all the legacy
shards. I got 450 skins. I'm like, damn.
I got all the legacy
shards. But imagine if I had 451. So anytime a legacy skin comes out of my loot, I'm like, okay, I got to save up Orange Essence to buy that.
having like a what I was saying is like having like basically a system where you can submit ideas. Like this one guy I saw submitted this pretty cool idea on the Reddit subpage, I believe. Or that it was on the rest in peace, the league like the league forum. There you go, like League of Legends forum, and it was about a female Darkin who has a whip, and she was a support champion, and they went like balls to the wall deep into like this like design too of like how everything would work.
They need to make more Darkins.
Being like submitted,
theory, but
I think the last one.
No,
because there was Aatrox. No, I mean like. It's in the lore. They'd have to change it, but I think in the lore there's currently only 5.
Well, I mean, Legends of Runeterra, they brought in like a ton.
Yeah, but some of them I think are like gone. Like I think there's only 5.
I don't know, because also the thing they do with Legends of Runeterra is like more what if stuff.
Yeah, like time's not necessary.
So they're trying to consolidate it all now, but it's so weird. They no hate to the Legends of Runeterra team. Like I love based on the lore and how much
the card art's awesome.
Yeah, how much they've expanded the lore and shit. I love that.
Also,
I feel like they let Legends of Runeterra run off and like expanded a little too much and didn't take the proper like, oh hey, we need to go in this direction with it.
Well, it's fragmented like time. So like you have the Darkin from the old past.
Yeah, true.
And then, like, as for the current world of Runeterra that we live on, I'm pretty sure we know of what Aatrox,
Kane,
Varus, or was it Ross? Aatrox, Ross,
Varus.
I can't remember yet, Varus. And there's supposed to be 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to change it. Because then it'd be Naafiri. They've said that Varus' sister is not necessarily Varus' biological sister.
There we go.
Because it's so Naafiri could technically be Varus' sister still, because the Darkin all refer to each other as brother and sister.
Yeah.
So, but there's also the fact that the Darkin are from the Ascended. So, like, at the same time that Varus and Aatrox and Ross are all Darkin, they're Ascended as well, just the same as Nasus and Renekton.
Yeah.
It's just they've been corrupted. They haven't been corrupted by the Void. They've been scarred by the Void and corrupted by blood magic.
Yeah. And that's what kind of led to their whole entire...
Yeah, their obsession.
Yeah.
And then...
But yeah, there's essentially there's 5. I just know there's 5... It's said that there's 5 Darkin that basically active in the world currently. Their world currently.
My guess is the way that they're going to get around that is say that there is 5 active right now.
It could be like however many more sealed.
Yes. No, that's probably what they're going to do.
Yeah. And that could be one of their goals is like, because Varus is searching for his sister.
Yeah. My assumption with Varus searching for his sister is that it's, once again, not his biological sister. It's probably the Darkin /
No, I think it's referring to
closest with.
I think it's referring to him trying to basically release her. Like he's trying to release his sister.
I didn't think about that.
He's searching for her to release her. To release her, whatever his sister is, he's looking to release her.
Yeah.
I guess that's, yeah.
Ooh. An interesting update to him would be if he did release her, rather than like getting another host to release her essentially, would be using either Valmar or Kai as like her vessel, and then keeping the other one and using that as his. That'd be interesting. I don't think they'll do that per se.
I think also I'm not too familiar on the lore of Runeterra and how it worked, but one of the Darkin, because there's a legendary warrior who used the chakram, I believe is what it's called, or what is the thing that Sivir has?
Is it chakram, I believe? Yeah, I'm sure it's got a name, but I think that's what they use.
Legendary warrior used it, and she was one of the people who fought in the war with the
It's not Nazook. Because Nazook is, everyone's got Nazook, one of the Nazook's gauntlets.
No, Nazook's part of the jungle, what is it?
Ishtal.
Nazook's part of Ishtal.
He is part of Ishtal. I forgot that they moved into Ishtal.
He designed the thing that Malphite was cut from.
He designed that, and then his gauntlet is Ezreal, or one of his gauntlets is Ezreal's gauntlet, and his other gauntlet, Cassian's using.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that was a. They released like not an itemized list, but they released like a thing about. Oh yeah, here's a few of the artifacts that Cassian took into the void with him, and one of them was I think Ezreal's got the left gauntlet.
Yes.
And then they were like, yeah, Cassian has the right gauntlet.
Because then the right one's where you get the blade.
Yeah. And that's how he teleports. That's how he does his rift wall. And I believe that was also how he got into the void.
Oh. That is wild. I was going at it because I think it was that there was a character in there called Zolani, which was a Darkin, who...
Oh, I know Zolani.
Who betrayed... I think she betrayed... She was the one who taught them how to seal the Darkin, or no, it was a Twilight of it was what's
I know what you're talking about. Twilight of Sun.
The
Aspect of Twilight.
Aspect of Twilight. There you go. The previous one before Zoe told them how to seal the Darkin.
Well, there's also the thing that the aspects are also ascended technically, because
the aspects are like ascended in their own kind of way.
Yeah, it's I can't remember which way it is. It's either Targon uses Shurima's sundial magic or Shurima uses Targon's magic.
That's the other way.
Shurima uses Targon?
Yeah. Because
it's something like that.
Targon has connections to they have connections to more planets than just Runeterra. Like that's how you have
we're talking about Darkin though. Throwbacks to the old days when Darkins were aliens. Before the Varus update, before Ross came around, the only one was Aatrox.
Oh. I think in some way they've maintained it to some degree.
Yeah, they have, but because it was straight up Venom symbiote alien.
No, actually, my bad, right. They haven't maintained it because we now know that they're actually humans who were basically ascended and then corrupted by black magic.
I mean, they kind of maintained it, just they're an alienated figure, essentially.
Yeah.
But when they used to actually be aliens.
Gotcha.
When it was Aatrox came down from a meteor and just came to fuck shit up. That was it.
I did not honestly know that.
That was the old Darkin lore.
I was trying to trace back because they kept when they were basically changing it from what it used to be on the attack to the basically the 3-hit thing or the 3 slam thing. Like that Ribbon has.
I don't know what I call them, diet ribbons.
They were sitting there. Now look at how that's changed. Now it's what was it? Damn. Hold on, let me back. Okay, so there's one case where he had an interaction with Tryndamere, and in the lore, it's shown that they still accept that, but they still basically kept that. But now he's having more interactions with
other champions.
Most of the Pantheon is what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
the Pantheon skull.
Their updated lore.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Is that Pantheon has a lot more in touch with them. But in Pantheon, you find out that you have the aspects of war.
Oh no, my favorite part.
But the aspects of war are all connected to different parts of the universe, and they all can communicate through.
Well, hold on, because there was the part. There's a whole thing about the aspects of war. And then it was Aatrox beat Pantheon and the aspects of war so badly that the aspects of war died and just left Atreus left. All that was there was Atreus. And he went back home and he was like, I lost. He was like, I don't want to do this shit anymore.
No,
I don't.
You're forgetting the part. No, he didn't lose and then go back home. He actually sat on the floor dying. That's how he has that scar.
Oh, yeah.
So he sat on the floor dying, but because of the resiliency of Atreus, and it was his one thing where he's he never basically gives up. So because of that resiliency, he managed to stay alive, and by staying alive, and by his resiliency, he managed to now reclaim the power of the aspect of war.
Basically reignited it in the body.
Yeah, and it came back.
Insane. It's one of those... what's it called? The indomitable human spirit moments.
Yeah.
It's one of those moments where you're up against the odds and it's just out of sheer willpower, spite.
That's exactly what it was.
Everything.
It was his will that brought him back, and his will is what allows him to channel the powers of the aspect.
Isn't this sphere like the unbreakable sphere of will or some shit?
I'm not sure, but there's a limiter to his power, and it's that he's still human. Mm-hmm. So in the game, he's basically Pantheon, and he said like his own entire lore is that when he basically died, is that Atreus died that day. Now there's only Pantheon. That's his name now. Mm-hmm. But he only manages to gain the aspect of war's power at certain moments. And those are moments that basically are like, hey, so basically he fights as Atreus up until those moments. Yeah. And then he can channel the war. He can channel the aspect.
My favorite Pantheon color story though is the one where he goes back home. Yeah. So it was either his best friend's mom or his best friend's wife. It was one. No, it was both of them. Because it was some. There was two women living there.
Maybe so, but I think he only speaks to one.
I know his best friend's wife choosing the fuck out.
Yeah, he says,
because he tells her, he's like,
I can't do this.
I suck. I lose.
I failed.
Atreus can't win the fights.
Yeah,
and his best friend's wife was like, you want to know who can't win a fight? My fucking husband you let die. And Atreus is like, I don't know.
Yeah. You saw the way he left, though. The way he left. He didn't notice that he was kind of stupefied. So she was like, she basically moves away. She's like, screw you, walks out the door and just leaves. So then when she comes back, she finds a letter and it's signed. Atreus Pantheon, I can't remember. And she just throws it in the fire. And she's basically like, because a whole bunch of people basically died under his command. Like, he was fighting someone. I can't remember what.
It might have been the Aatrox.
Could be, but a whole bunch of people basically died. A whole bunch of people who fall behind him.
The Aatrox was a Lunari fight.
Something like that. But he died. Basically, a whole bunch of people died, and he's like, I can't keep having this fight. It's too much, And he says, how dare you back away now after so many people basically have you to look up to. He's like, nobody. He's like, if you give up, you're weak. It's like, don't ever talk to me again if this is what you're going to do. She basically says, never talk to me again. So he basically wrote that letter and he goes out. And who knows after that? But yeah, his lore is really
got insane lore.
It went from being like trash to like just phenomenal.
It went from being his aspect of war to being like, well, there's Pantheon, there's Atreus. Atreus is depressed, has PTSD, has lost more friends than you've ever seen in your life. And then Pantheon steps in when Atreus can no longer do it.
Yeah. But basically, they're chasing. He's one of the primary people. I think Aatrox wiped out his village.
It's something like that. One of my favorite Darkin lore is Ross and Kane's. Number one, because of technically the way you play the game affects the story, but also just like the possibility that can come out of Ross and Kane.
Yeah.
Just Kane being a teenager and he uses Ross used as a tool essentially, with Ross having this dichotomy of wanting to take Kane over, but also he's kind of grown attached to Kane.
I think it's actually the other way.
Probably. It's probably a little bit of both.
No, it's like it's the other way because you can hear it through the voice lines. It's that all right, so you can actually find it out a lot.
Kane has also gotten attached to Ross.
Yeah, but like Ross doesn't really care. He doesn't care, but he mentors Kane because Kane's a good host. So he mentors Kane in a way, but Kane relies on that because Kane is basically looking to succeed the council that they're in.
Order of Shadows.
The Order of Shadows. And by doing that, he wants to kill Zed. Something like that. There's it's not stated, but it's kind of like implied that, hey, if I beat Zed, then I can take control of this. So Kane wants Ross because that's how he can get that power.
The Zed Wars and something.
Oh, yeah, that goes.
Oh, yeah, Zed Shin lore?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you see the Zed comic?
I haven't looked at none of it. No.
This missed so much.
Dude, I'm about to spoil that Zed comic.
I'm about to blow
your fucking...
Where can I read it? We're on Riot.
Yeah, you can go on Wired Universe, LOL Universe. Okay. You can find out everything.
I'm gonna spoil the fuck out of it in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, but
I remember you saying something about it.
You'll hear it.
Yeah, but so the only type of thing is you hear it in the voice lines which you hear in the voice lines in game and like in Odyssey. Or basically, it's whenever it's in Odyssey and it's in the base skin as well. But whenever Kane takes Rost over,
oh yeah,
one of the things that he'll say is like, "That was pretty good, wasn't it? Right, Rost?" It's like Rost. Oh yeah,
it's such a sad voice. There's a lot of sad voice lines like buried in like some of these cruel, heartless, quote unquote. I'm doing air quotes, so you can't see it. But these like cruel, heartless chants.
Mm-hmm. But it shows that Kane relies on Rost.
Dude, Aatrox had some of the saddest quotes. Like one of them is, I wish I could remember the full quote, but it's something along the lines of like, I wish I could stop fighting. I'm in eternal pain. Like, this hurts.
Oh, yeah,
this is pain.
It's that he's in eternal pain. I know about that one. But he has to keep fighting. He can't, like, something like that.
And it's like he can't give up.
Yeah. But in Odyssey, though, and that's when you really get a lot more of the, basically, the understanding of their relationship. It's mostly that Ross just wants Kane to basically, like, Ross mentors Kane and they have a relationship, but it's pretty much Kane looks up to Ross, like looks to Ross for guidance.
Yeah.
And Ross is just like, I'm waiting to just take you over. He's like, but I'm having fun while we're doing this. Because to him, he's just a weapon. He's like, time's endless for him.
The Zed comic. I get to spoil it now. So the Zed comic starts out, I don't remember if it starts out like this, but I'm starting chronologically in time period.
You probably want to start with Jin then. The understanding of the Jin story.
I was going to start with Zed meeting Shen and his dad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it was planned like it's not that there's no beef.
I was gonna say you probably. Well, I think you're better off starting with the Jin and the whole entire reason for how that went, because we already know that they're together. So you already know about how Jin basically what Jin did to Zed and Shin, right?
Jin did no.
Led them on a goose chase all through Ionia.
Yeah.
Like, because Jin was just murdering people.
Yeah.
Doing Jin things.
Yeah.
Don't they finally catch up and, like, imprison them?
Hold on, let me give you let's just briefly go over it. So you already know about how Zed and Shin were brothers.
Yeah.
Not brothers, but you get it.
Yeah.
Like they were tight. They grew up together.
Yeah.
Right?
Not really.
Yeah.
Maybe they met, like, at a young age, quote unquote, but Shin was part of, not a royal family, but something very close to a royal family in a monastery under the Kinku Order, I believe.
Yeah.
His dad was like the master of it. And then Zed was homeless. He was just a boy on the street.
Homeless white-haired boy.
Yeah, and at some point, I don't remember exactly how it happened, but Zed and Shin started sparring against each other, and his dad was like, hey, Shin's dad came up with Zed and was like, hey, join the monastery. And Zed, he has nowhere to go. Mm-hmm. So Zed's like, okay, yeah, sure. So that's how him and Shin meet. Him and Shin become good friends because Zed, while Shin knows like all the techniques and stuff and has trained in them his whole life, Zed wants to get to where Shin is. So he pushes himself to 200% essentially to learn everything that Shin has.
Also, too, so Shin is the
aspect of Twilight, not aspect, Eye of Twilight.
Eye of Twilight, and the Eye of Twilight guards the spirit world and the human world. So that's why Shin has a spirit blade, which is his
keeps the borders.
And his attack is physical because you have the spirit blade which attacks spirits, and then yada yada yada. Shin didn't actually want to be the Eye of Twilight. He was expected to become it, but he didn't actually want it.
Wasn't it because his dad held the position at some point too?
I'm not sure, but he was basically in line for it, and he didn't want it. He wanted to leave. You can also get into Akali's lore, which is really good as well, because her mom is the Twilight of Shadows or something. It's something Shadows.
You can also very vaguely get into canon lore with that.
Yeah, there's a lot you can go, because they were all basically
standing together.
Yeah, like Kennen.
Well, Kennen and Akali trained under Shin.
Mm-hmm.
After Shin became the Eye of Twilight.
Yeah, but Shin wanted to leave. And then we can go into basically, so we can start with, they were basically brothers, they were tied at the hip, and then you get into Jin's story, which you guys know about Jin, right?
Who doesn't?
Yeah. We could get into this topic. I fell in love with his lore. I can go ahead and say
Jin just is one of the best design characters in the league, hands down.
His bullets. So his bullets, when he basically creates petals, his bullets are charmed with illusion magic. Mm-hmm. So when he shoots people, they see, they can basically become petals until you touch it, and then it becomes what it is. But other than if you don't touch it, it looks like beauty.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's where, so he's basically showing other people how he sees death.
He's showing you like illusions.
Yeah, he's like, this is how I see death. It's beautiful, and he's showing other people, and then you touch it, and then obviously you see how horrifying it is.
Credit. It's his fourth shot.
In fact, the best comparison I have for it is, you ever know TF2? I mean, Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
You know about the pyro?
Pyro, yeah.
Do you know the thing that they released about the pyro, about the pyro's goggles?
No.
It was that, so the pyro has flames and everything, so everyone sees it, it's him burning everything down, and he just sits there and he laughs and he goes, ho, 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 ho. But through his eyes, everything looks like Wonderland. Like you have like lollipops, and these lollipops are actually axes. You have like the characters who are flying around, but they're really like people screaming, trying to run away from them. That's the pyro vision. That's basically what Jin has, is that he sees death as this, and that's why he kills people. And like I say, he uses illusion magic. We keep going deep into this, where I can go over his story, but
I do like his mask and the Arcane. Like his mask in the Arcane.
But so Jin basically goes on a killing spree, and Zed and Shen hunt him.
And Master Cujo was his name.
He doesn't hunt him though. He stays at the monastery.
I thought it was Zed Shen the whole time though.
No, I think they traveled around while he was still at the monastery. I'm not too sure on that. Might have to double check on that. But basically, as they're going on a wild goose chase, and it's kind of funny when you see how Zed treats like in-game mechanics versus out-game. Basically, Jin's always a step ahead of him. And so he's basically carrying out all these executions, and he's just steadily horrifying these people. And so Zed, he starts saying like, hey, we have to become a monster to defeat this monster.
Yeah.
So they finally capture him. And this is reason for everything, they finally capture him, and they put him in jail. And basically both of them are so scarred beyond belief by all the death that they've seen, that Zed basically is like, I need to learn more stuff. Like, that's when you get into forbidden jutsus.
Yeah, forbidden.
Yeah, like Shadow. Like,
Shadow Clone.
Yeah. So there's this forbidden area of the temple, the monastery that they're at. And like, if you tread into this area, then you learn basically horrible like these forbidden techniques. And so it's forbidden. So Zed goes down there and he reads some of it, and that's when he learns shadow magic. And then the owner, Cujo, I believe, kicks him out. And so basically he's on his own. Mm-hmm. Anyways, yada, yada, yada. He comes back and he basically tries to take over the monastery so he can get that. So then they fight, he fights Shin, and then Cujo is like, fine, you want this? I will take you down here. So they both go down there. All they hear is a scream, and Zed comes up with his mat with the guy's head. He holds it and he throws it down at Shin's feet. And that's pretty much a big part. Like, that was a big part of the story. Mm-hmm. And then you get to the comics as well. But so Zed basically takes over. Pretty much you have the emergence of what was the
Order of Shadows?
Order of Shadows. Basically, the emergence of these people who are now taught these techniques, and it goes more in detail in Legend of Runeterra.
One of them being Cain.
Yeah, Cain, exactly. And what else is there? I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to reach.
Well, going back to the Zed and Cujo thing, Cujo is basically like, hey, I feel like I'm getting my name wrong, but I can't be bothered with it at the moment. Basically throws boxes at Zed's feet, and Zed is like, Okay. Takes the box and then fights Cujo, I think.
I just know at the end, his head. Wait, I think you're stepping off a bit too.
No. Because like,
all we
the
know
whole thing is Shin thinks.
Yeah. All we know is that all we know is that he leaves that area with Cujo's head in his hand.
Yeah.
He throws it down, and then they take it over. Also with Zaya and Rakan's lore, you find out that the shadows, like the people's shadows, that they're actually stripping the land of magic, and that's why Zaya and Rakan are basically rebelling against them.
That's why you see that in their release cinematic.
Yeah, it's that they're trying to fight against the
Order of Shadows.
That's why it's forbidden.
Yeah, you're basically stealing magic, and you're killing off. You're basically killing off the magic of the land.
Yeah,
it's called Runeterra.
Because in Ionia, specifically Ionia, like everything has a spirit. Like everything from animals to plants to even the dirt has a spirit. And if you disrespect it, it'll come back to haunt you.
That's also
literally.
That's also where you get like Blue Buff. It's characters like that, like these things with magic.
This is a really magical land.
Yeah, like I would say that's like where the barrier is like the thinnest, you could say.
And there's
between the physical and the spiritual world there.
A cinematic. It was one of the early Legends of Runeterra cinematics with Shin, Akali, and a random Ionian villager. No, random Noxian.
Like Noxian boy. You're talking about, yeah.
He was stealing saplings from a grove, not even an orchard.
And he was basically he chopped down a tree. No, he chopped down a tree and then he didn't.
Oh,
he chopped down the tree.
Yeah,
but he didn't basically. You know how it's given and taken. Yeah, you pay homage to it and then you replant the sapling. Well, he didn't do that. He just chopped down the tree. It was a Noxian boy chopped down the tree. It was basically like, oh,
about carved away.
Well, the tree was, basically there was an elemental or something underneath the tree, came back, tried to kill the boy. And Shin's there, and Shin's like, this is balance because the boy didn't pay homage, therefore he has to pay a price.
And Akali's trying to protect him, and then the whole cinematic goes through. Yeah. I do recommend watching it. It's just such a good fucking cinematic. Mm-hmm. But that's also where you get stories like Ivern, because Ivern did the same shit.
Yeah.
Came into a special grove in Ionia, cut down a tree, and then the roots and all the animals and the plants and the dirt and everything around in that grove attacked him and his crew.
Mm-hmm. And basically destroyed, they destroyed his body, and then he became the tree that he cut down.
The Green Father.
It was like the Green Willow. It was Willow.
No, I'm saying his title.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. But basically, so that's why he's also Noxian, wasn't he?
No, he was Frolorian.
Frolorian, okay. Damn, he was a long way from home.
Mm-hmm. It was after the Rune Wars, I believe. Mm-hmm. Like just after the Rune Wars, him and his crew had sailed from over in Freljord. They were either trying to find new land or they were just trying to invade Ionia in general. Mm-hmm. They landed on Ionia, spoke with some villagers, and then raided the village. And then they took one villager, and they were like, "Hey, where's your treasure?" And the villager was like, "This is our greatest treasure," and pointed to the willow grove.
That's what it's called. It was called the God Willow. That was what he cut down.
Yeah. And then they were like, "Please don't take it. Don't hurt our treasure." And he was like, "Take it,
treasure.
I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna fucking destroy it." Yeah. And then he, chopped it down, and all the birds and the bees just went, mm-hmm. I smell blood.
Yeah. So it's like a big harmony. And basically Zed's harmony. Basically Zed's destroyed. That's why basically a lot of people, he's gotten in the bad side of a lot of people.
But it should speed up the process of telling the story of this.
Yeah. No, I think we're pretty good. Anyway, so at some point Jin breaks out. So the comic is basically Zed meets back up with Shin, and it's like, hey, that monster's out. Nobody knows who released him, but he starts executing a lot of officials, aristocrats.
Let me interject here. Jin gets released, And both Zed and Shin on their own go, fuck, I gotta stop this guy. And they both start doing their own like investigations, and it literally leads them to the same tavern where I believe Shin's already there, and Zed walks in, and Shin immediately just like bitch slaps him. Like bitch slaps him and stands there, points a sword, and Zed's like in his fighting stance, pointing a sword. Both of them have their magic starting to like activate.
Yeah.
It's such a cool scene.
But pretty much so. That's, what is it? He releases, anyway, so someone released Jin. Alright? Who is it? It's a big question. But Jin is being supplied with munitions, anything he needs, and all he has to do is just start assassinating a bunch of like high up Ionians. Very, very strange. And he goes in. And it gets pretty crazy. But I can't spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it.
I'm going to spoil it.
Anyway, you go ahead.
So it culminates into like Zed and Shin meeting in that tavern. They're both like, "Why are you here? Why are you here?" You know. Mm-hmm. Both of them like, "Oh, I'm after Jin." "Oh shit, you're after Jin. You're after college." I guess we got to work together. And then they're like, one of them is like, "We can work together," and the other one goes, "No, we're not going to work together." I think it's Zed is like, "We can work together," and Shin's like, "I will never work with you."
They're both. Shin's like eating ramen, right? And he's like, and Zed's like, "Come on, we have to team up. You know how
just
crazy
like old times."
He's like, "You know what that monster's capable of?" And he's like, "You killed my dad." You know, basically, he's like, "Fuck off. You know, I'm gonna do this by myself." He's like, "You know how crazy that monster is, man. Come on." So it's like a battle between like, yeah.
But anyways, so Shin's like, "We're not gonna work together. I'm gonna arrest you, and you're gonna die and rot in a pit." Split off, because Zed's like, "I'm not gonna die and rot in a pit." Takes off running. He escapes, and then Jin strikes at a village nearby. Like, I think it was
explosions.
Yeah, it was a massacre. So both of them go and check it out separately. I think Akali's also with Shin. I don't remember off the top of my head. But anyways, both of them, once again, individually figure out that Jin is going to strike at this festival. So they go to the festival, still separately, and they're both looking for Jin. They're looking for someone who matches Jin, but they've never seen Jin's face. They don't know what Jin looks like. Mm-hmm. And Jin is walking around without a mask. He's in the crowd somewhere. No one knows who he is. And just at like the height of the festival, and it's at basically peak volume, explosions start going off. Once again, a massive massacre. They still can't figure out who Jin is. And then it's something like Jin escapes.
He escapes, but there's also a big part that we're missing, which is like the love interest of both Shin.
I forgot about her.
Because that's one of the things that he wanted to attack, that Jin wanted to strike at.
Like, because wasn't the whole festival centered around her, but she was a big piece of it.
I'm not too sure, but I know she was there, and that's one of the reasons why Jin did that, is because he just wanted to screw with.
Yeah, he knew both of them.
Yeah, he knew they both liked, because basically it was this girl
married to Shin.
Yeah, I don't think, are they still married, or I think
not anymore.
It was like they were planning to be married.
I'm pretty sure she was married to Shin.
It's one or the other, but basically,
hold on. I don't think Shin wanted to marry her. They were arranged marriage. Yeah, Zed wanted to marry her.
Yeah. See, they both wanted to, like, Zed and her, they both wanted to marry, but her, like, basically wouldn't be approved if she married Zed. Because Zed was a homeless boy, like, no ability. So it was expected for her to get with Shin, but none of them really wanted each other.
Yeah, like it was a love triangle that had the reverse angles.
Yeah. Strictly speaking, though, they did both care for each other.
They did. They were friends.
Yeah. It was just expected. Lovers. It was just expected. So they both basically cared for this girl.
It was besides like the whole thing that happened with Jin and Kujo, it was another wedge that was placed in between Zed and Shin.
Yeah. Anyway, so she was at the festival, and Jin did it, basically, like, blew it up, just so he kind of scared him. And then it's like this whole entire scene where he's basically he's basically just in his off time finding ways to fuck with shit.
Essentially,
Shit
yeah.
is it. Like there's at one point where like her kids, like she has kids and they're like playing out, and what is it? You see Jin over there, basically like right on the outside, like these gates. And he has like a little puppet show, and he's like, "Oh, this performance is gonna be great." And it's like puppets,
It's
shit and Zed, and it's like you
making
see,
them fight each other.
yeah, and you see in the background, you see like what is it? The lady's kids just playing around. It's like, and he's just sitting there, dude's having the time of his life.
It's so good. They do so much like good shit. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit because I don't remember what happens on this in between. But Jin escapes to Piltover and Zon, and I think Akali finds out about it. Because Akali goes and chases him down, gets captured, and then Jin basically sends a ransom note to Shin, I think. It's either Shin or Zed. And at first Zed is like, why do I care? Question mark? And then something gets like revealed about Akali, and Zed's like, oh, fuck, I do care. It's either that or it gets sent to Shin, and Shin's like, I can't do this alone, god damn it. And like gives in to having to go to Zed. Mm-hmm. It's some wraparound shit that makes it to where Zed and Shin actually have to work together. Mm-hmm. Begrudgingly so. Mm-hmm. They both go to Piltover, they kick Jin's ass, and they come back to Ionia with Kali in tow and Jin, I believe. I don't remember if they catch him.
I can't remember, honestly.
It's either they catch him or they think they killed him. Mm-hmm. And like afterwards, Shin's like, all right, I'm gonna arrest. He's gone. Zed's gone. And then like some of the last few panels is Zed going to where the black box is being kept and walking up to it.
I remember this scene.
And looking up and going, your son still got it, basically.
Yeah.
As he talks to Shin's dad.
Because Shin's dad was the one who was running the Order of Shadows.
Because he's still alive.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So he
had Zed fake his death.
Yeah. So in the background, basically he faked his death.
So he could use the forbidden juice.
Yeah.
But he's built this lie of Shin can't know, or it like is the bane of his whole existence.
Yeah. Well, and the reason why he lied as well is because when you're part of the monastery that essentially specializes in keeping the balance between the spirit world, the magic world, and the real world, you can't just
do that.
Turn bad, basically. So he basically faked his death so that then he could be like, okay, this guy's officially dead. Now this guy can be.
Yeah. And then Zed's like, I'm not going to keep this lie up for you anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm like, because while Zed and Shin are enemies, Zed still cares about Shin.
Yeah.
That's still his brother. Mm-hmm. So he's like, I'm not going to keep this lie up. I'm not going to keep this lie up for you anymore.
Bubble's going to pop, dog.
Yeah. And he was like, Cujo's like, oh, you're not going to keep the lie up anymore? Oh. Guess you gotta die. Mm-hmm. Snitches get stitches, bitch.
So
they go into this big ass fight.
Shadows, dumbass.
He sits there, tries to, old Yeller, Zed, pretty much.
Yeah, and
he's a good dog, but I gotta put him down.
Let me tell you, Zed was a better dog. Put Cujo down. Beat the shit out of Cujo. Killed him for real this time.
For realsies.
Now officially, he did kill him.
The thing is, though, like afterwards, I don't think he tells Shin still.
No.
I think he does go and tell Shin's wife, though.
No, I can't remember, but I know he didn't tell Shin because...
He doesn't tell Shin at all. He was like, Shin actually can't know about this. Yeah. Like, it will destroy Shin emotionally. Yeah.
Especially because his dad was basically the one who told him, like, this is what you're going to be.
Yeah, you might as well leave it at, I killed your dad. It's like, oh, I actually killed your dad. What do you mean you actually killed my dad? Oh, your dad actually faked his death because he was dirty too,
Yeah, he's been ordering me to do all these crimes.
Yeah, he's a dirty cop,
Yeah. The guy
he's a dirty fucking cop, Jimmy. No fucking trusting.
Mm-hmm. But that's a banger-ass comic.
I don't think he told her, though.
He told her something, because he goes and visits her, like, towards the
right after, but I think it's just kind of small talking, like a small reuniting, because she didn't marry Shin, because Shin's the aspect of Twilight.
Yeah,
the forbidden jutsu.
The Eye of Twilight.
Eye of Twilight.
Yeah, they In my opinion, they need to change
And
that.
she's married to someone else and then has children by someone else. And,
Yeah.
But basically, as Jen is as Zed is like leaving the place and her kids are like playing in the room, that's when you have like Jen over there in the corner being like, "Oh, I can't wait to see what am I going to do
I
next?"
don't know what happens next.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I love his voice.
But that's also where, about the Piltover thing, that's also where you get the cinematic where it's Camille. Versus Jen.
The Awakened cinematic.
There you go.
The one where it's Camille versus Jin, Raven versus Draven,
Talia versus Xerath.
Talia. Is it Xerath?
Yeah, Xerath, because he's shooting arcane pulses.
I didn't realize it was Xerath. It's also, was it Lucian versus Thresh as well?
Because she's rock surfing while he's shooting those blasts, and he's like, yeah, it is. Xerath.
Lucian versus Zed. Not Zed, Thresh.
Yeah, Lucian versus Thresh. That one was badass.
Blitz and someone else.
Blitz and Echo just fighting goons.
Is it just guns? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it? Aurelia, Kinnan, Akali, and Yasuo versus Sion?
They were versus an invasion of Ionia.
Sion was the champ.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was Urgot in the, as well.
Oh, no, it was when, you're right.
Caitlyn Vi versus
Urgot. Versus Urgot.
It sucks that the cinematic isn't good, but I understand why it wasn't good.
Cinematic?
I'm glad this year's.
Mm-hmm.
I think Summoner's Rift in 4K.
I watched it, I watched a bit of it and I was like, that's right, the garbage one.
The tour of Summoner's Rift.
That garbage one, yeah. I was like, it's so forgettable. It's so forgettable.
It sucks. I understand why, though.
Yeah, they did come out and apologize for it, but still, like, when I saw it, I was like...
With no information on it and just putting that out, it's like...
I think they were better off just not.
They were better off not, or they were better off releasing a fucking statement about it, like, before putting it out.
Why don't they just put, like, a bunch of memes of, like...
It looked like base, it looked like base, like, editing for, like, a YouTube video.
Well, also the thing is, they put it out, and then they let people stew about it for, like, a month before saying anything.
Well, also, you never want to rush. PR, never rush out to say something.
Yeah,
first rule of PR, never immediately respond.
True.
Always wait.
But I do like how they've restructured now into like releasing these like bi-weekly. Is that what you call it? Where it's every 2 weeks?
Yeah, that'd be bi-weekly.
Yeah, these bi-weekly sort of dev blogs.
Oh yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Like even these like 5-minute ones where it's like, hey, we're trying to like work on this.
Yeah. Also, I think it's you can't really understate that they're clearly taking on a lot of projects. So I think we can give them a pass, honestly.
Oh yeah, I mean,
because Project L.
They got so much going on. Dude.
What is
they got
it?
Valorant. They
Project
got
is it Project F? That's the.
Was that what is it? Ghostcrawler also left, unfortunately. They were still working on the Mage Seeker.
No, well, probably, but like that's they only publish it. They hired.
Well, like basically, you have to contact a lot. Like there's a lot of stuff.
That's true.
And then you have to because you also have to have a team of people, which is like I think 5 developing a champion. You have to have multiple in the pipeline.
But if we're putting Mage Seeker, it's also Mage Seeker, Convergence, and a Song of Luna.
Yeah. So there's a lot that people don't know that actually goes into a lot of the stuff.
Oh, absolutely. As much as they want to bitch about the balance team, dude, like
it's like
if I'm honest, this is one of the most fun times I've been having playing League. And it's been I'm not going to say like it's been perfectly balanced. It's been reasonably fucking balanced.
Yeah, I'd say
I've been able to play champs that like I don't normally play and not do fine, not do amazing, but do good enough. But yeah,
I think I really enjoyed this conversation. We talked a lot about the League though, and
we talked about TFT towards the beginning. No, not at all. It was good ass like conversation. If you want more about auto chess, let us know. We didn't really give ourselves a good amount of time to really prepare for an auto chess episode.
Yeah, we did talk a lot about league lore though, so maybe we should have that be in the topics for next. Because we could go on about it.
It actually, if you guys would like to hear more about league lore, and you are fans of league, comment about it. Comment a region, and we'll talk a lot more about specific regions lore and how it connects to other parts of the world of Runeterra. Or if you don't know anything about League and you want more information on the lore, or even some of like the history or mechanics of the game, leave a comment about that.
Ask us about the demons, please.
Oh my God, please. One of my favorite topics.
Oh man. Before they added Fiddlesticks, and you had, was it Evelyn, Tom Kench?
Brown.
Shaco's not declared a demon yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. I'm saying yet. But Shaco isn't a demon. So he's still just an occult doll.
Yes.
Like mysterious doll.
He's still nothing. He has no lore.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you guys would like to hear more about it, comment. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you want to see more. We try to been pretty good about it the past 2 weeks. Coming out with a video every Wednesday.
But consistent.
Yeah, and we're trying to increase the quality as we go. Just trying to figure out what's wrong, what's not working, what is working, etc. Like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you want to hear more of.
What's this been?
Oh, this has been Midnight Coffee Shop. My name is AJ. These were my two co-hosts,
Devontae and Cole.
He's Cole.
What are we talking about next week?
Next week, we are going to be talking about some of our favorite board games. So, you two, get yourself a nice like top 3.
I'm going to say Red Dragons and
Okay, I'll save it for next week.
Yeah.
Anyways, this has been Midnight Coffee Shop. My name is AJ. Good night and good evening.